Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
The FBI is now looking into the death of a black man after he was stopped by police in Minneapolis. The arrest was caught on camera and it's now sparking national outrage. And we do want to warn you, it's tough to watch and it may be disturbing to some viewers. Jeff Pegues has our story.
Please, I can't breathe.
This 10-minute video posted to Facebook overnight shows Minneapolis police officers holding down a man. One officer uses his knee to pin the man's neck down.
I can't breathe.
Several times during the arrest, the man tells officers that he's struggling to breathe and begs for some relief.
Please. I can't breathe, officer.
Some people who gathered at the scene try to help.
That's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit, bro.
Please.
You stopping his breathing right there, bro.
But as officers work to keep onlookers back, the man on the ground appears to move less and less.
Check for a pulse.
5 minutes into the video, the man seems to be motionless, and the police officer's knee is still on his neck.
He's not moving.
7 minutes into the video, an ambulance arrives. When an EMT does the first pulse check, officers still have the man pinned. And when he's loaded onto the ambulance, his hands are still cuffed.
I just really killed that man.
Police explained what led up to the incident in an overnight news conference.
After he got out, he physically resisted officers. Officers were able to get the suspect into handcuffs, and officers noticed that the male was going into medical distress. Officers called for an ambulance. He was transported to Hennepin County Medical Center, where he died a short time later.
Police have not identified the man and say the officers' body cameras were on and activated during the incident. This is reminiscent of Eric Garner's very same words, "I can't breathe," uttered as he was dying on the streets of Staten Island, New York in 2014. That phrase became a rallying cry for millions and a nationwide plea to end police brutality. Jeff Pegues, CBS News, Washington.
In a statement, a police spokesman told reporters that they are aware of the great deal of erroneous information on social media about the incident. And just recently, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz tweeted that the lack of humanity in this disturbing video is sickening. We will get answers and seek justice, end quote. We have new information on the coronavirus in the region. The Minnesota Department of Health says the state now has almost 900 deaths from the virus. The exact number is 899, an increase of 18 from the day before. Another 252 positive cases were also reported, bringing that total to 21,960. However, a majority are listed as recovered. That number is coming in at 15,523. In North Dakota, 43 new cases of the illness have been reported, bringing the total to 2,422. 1,701 patients are listed as recovered, meaning there are 721 active cases. 40 patients are currently being hospitalized. 54 deaths have been linked to the illness in the state. The state also continued retesting positive tests that were called into question after equipment issues. 65 retests have been completed. 64 of those cases have been changed to negative. Taking that live look outside on this Tuesday afternoon now, kind of dreary and rainy this morning, although it looks like the rain has cleared up, the clouds, they have not. How long will they stick around? Well, let's get a check of that forecast now with First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good afternoon. We are working on getting those clouds cleared out. You can see the sky looking a little bit brighter, but we're still under some gray skies right here in Fargo on our First Alert Skycam network. Here's a look at what's going on around the region. Still overcast, 59 in Fargo. Grand Forks starting to see a little more sunshine there, so we're into the mid-60s. Fergus Falls still in the clouds. Bemidji still getting the rain. And over in Jamestown, 67 and mostly sunny there. Here's a look at your radar and satellite map. Let's focus on the rain first. We're still seeing those showers, of course, up in Roseau and Baudette, stretching down to Bemidji, and then a couple of spotty areas of light rain impacting us elsewhere in the northwestern part of Minnesota with more lifting in. So there might be a big break, but your chances of rain still there as we head into the afternoon. Out to the west, those darker areas of gray and black, that's where we're looking at some clearing skies and sunshine, not far off from Fargo and places along the Red River. So eventually we will see some sun. Again, eastern North Dakota, the western half of the valley, staying gray into the east with those spotty showers. We could even see a couple of spotty showers pop up here today in eastern North Dakota. Mild where we get the sun into the 70s, cooler to the east in the 60s. So more details on this in the hour-by-hour planner. We'll take a look at some toasty weather coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, looking forward to a warm-up. Thank you, Lisa. New at noon, healthcare workers in Bemidji are expected to protest Sanford health policies regarding housing during this COVID-19 pandemic. The Minnesota Nurses Association says it's because an RN tried making housing arrangements for workers who wanted to self-isolate, but that nurse got in trouble with management. The hospital says that workers can arrange to stay at a hotel, and that's an option the Nursing Association says is unaffordable for many. The protest is from 4 to 6 at Paul Bunyan Park. Sanford Health tells Valley News Live the Bemidji Hospital has not had one patient admitted to the hospital for COVID-19. They also say they haven't laid off any employees during the pandemic and even paid staff to cross-train in other areas. The vice president of operation goes on to say they are disappointed with the Minnesota Nurses Association, but grateful and proud of the work that all staff have done. Now we have the hospital's full statement about this on the VNL News app. We have new information this afternoon on a chase that turned into a crash along a construction zone in Fargo earlier this morning. Police say the driver was involved in an assault earlier in the day and now has charges being reviewed by the state's attorney. Police say they were called to the assault after midnight in the 4300 block of 10th Avenue South, and when they arrived, the driver took off. That started a brief chase that ended for safety reasons. Later, police noticed the same car was involved in a crash at 42nd Street and Main Avenue, but that didn't stop the person either. Eventually, authorities flattened the driver's tires. That's when the driver went to 11th and Main and eventually crashed in a construction zone. That's the video that you're seeing right now. The driver was taken away in an ambulance and is now facing potential charges of fleeing in a motor vehicle and reckless endangerment. Witnesses tell us that the driver is a woman, but police are not releasing their identity. A 10-year-old North Dakota boy is dead after an off-road vehicle crashed in the Northern Valley. Authorities say the boy was driving a side-by-side yesterday near Mountain, North Dakota, when the vehicle tipped on the driver's side. Troopers say the child was thrown from the vehicle and then died. They say he was not wearing a seatbelt or a helmet. A reminder to make sure that your lawnmower is working properly after authorities say one started a shed on fire near Crookston. Fire crews were dispatched yesterday around 5:30 for that fire. Officials say the owner was mowing lawn and put the lawnmower into a shed. Then the mower went up in flames. The machine is a total loss and other equipment inside the shed was also damaged. No one was hurt in that fire. In our consumer alert this afternoon, Pizza Hut is celebrating 2020 graduates by giving away some free pizza. The pizza chain posted on Twitter that it's giving away 500,000 medium one-topping pizzas. Now to claim, just visit Pizza Hut's website and click on the Grad Party link. Once there, you can sign up for a rewards account to receive that free pizza coupon. The giveaway will end on May 28th, but the coupons can be redeemed online through June 4th. Coming up here at noon, social distancing isn't stopping singles from looking for love. Find out how in-person dates are now being done over the phone. But next, Elisa Green is in with what we need to know and when we could see some sun in our Tuesday forecast.